welcome to the DOD. This is Dose of Desi, moments of inspiration and motivation to get you through your day. Let's be honest, life can be a little bright, but it's great to have somebody to walk you and coach you through this journey we call life. I want to talk to you today from the thought, I may bend, but I won't break. I'm not sure if you've ever experienced the winter season, but I have. And let me tell you, it can be a great time, but it also can be a costly time, especially on your trees and branches if you get a lot of snow. Because when you get a lot of snow, that snow, pressure, and ice will affect your trees. And possibly it may come down. For us, I know this winter, some of our neighbors and people that we know and love had some of their trees come tumbling down because of the weight of the snow and the ice. And I say all that to say sometimes we're going to go through situations and that pressure of life and stereotypes and people's opinions and things like that are going to try to weigh us down to the point that we may actually bend. But if we hold on to God, we won't break like this rubber band, but we might get stretched to capacity and we think we may not be able to make it. But if we can hold on through the night season and just know your night season may not be like the physical night. You know how the sun goes to bed around like 8 o'clock and it wakes up around 6 a.m. I'm not talking about that type of night. I'm saying your night might be a couple days or a couple weeks or God forbid a couple years. Because sometimes our go through seasons, sometimes it takes a while. And it takes a while because God is like perfecting things in us and growing us. But sometimes we'll go through that night season, not really for us, but to help other people. And that's one thing I'm learning. It's hard sometimes to learn lessons, but I'm learning that some things I go through, it's not for me. It's for you. It's for whoever I get in contact with. It's for my future mentors mentees, whoever God aligns my life for me to mentor. It's for them. It's not for me. It's kind of like that video we shared a couple weeks ago where we talk about in Revelations how we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Well, no one's going to be blessed if we don't go through a test, right? And that's how we get a testimony. So all I'm basically saying is this. If you can endure the night season, if you can endure the pressure, the weight, the same way my tree did, because at first I didn't think my tree was going to make it. I'm going to be real. We have a dogwood, for those of you who are into plants. And I didn't think our tree was going to make it through the night because that thing was leaning. I mean, it was here. I was waiting for it to fall in one of our vehicles, dead honest. And I was getting ready to Google a contractor to come and pick it up because I was like, yeah, this thing is gone. Like, so long, bye-bye. And my mom was like, no, it's going to stay up. I'm like, you think that, but it's going down, down, down. But actually, my mom was actually right. It did stay up the night. And now when we look at our tree, it's aligned. You would have never known that our tree was literally bent over. And it kind of reminds me of the story in the Bible when there was a lady, right? And she had an issue of blood. And I mean, homegirl was bleeding. I mean, she was bleeding. And she was bleeding for a while. And she had went to all the physicians, and the physicians are like, can't help you. And so she went to Jesus, and she's like, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, which means she went low, not up here. His hem wasn't up here. His hem was on the bottom of his garment. So she's like, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I can be made whole. And homegirl, she touched the hem of his garment and she got healed. And no one knew. She's sitting up there in the crowd and no one knew that she got healed unless Jesus did. Because then Jesus said, somebody touched me. So he felt the virtue. He felt the power leave his body, right? But she was so made whole that the people around her didn't even know. So imagine if we have the correct behavior, making the consistent choice to conquer in every situation. God can align our lives up so that we can go through storms and come out of it to the point where no one will ever know. Can you imagine what a testimony if you had a health challenge and God healed your body and made you whole to the point that no one would ever know that you went through a situation like that? Can you imagine if you went through a financial storm where you almost went bankrupt, maybe lost your house, and God restored you to the point where it never looked like you've been homeless? Now that's a testimony. And he can do it for you and for me. All right, guys, I love you. We will see you on the next go round.